Hey guys, Zane from the Infinite Jukebox here with another quick album review, and today I wanted to talk about the new White Reaper record, Asking for a Ride. For a little while, over a decade at this point, White Reaper have consistently been one of the more well-respected yet rarely beloved American alternative rock bands of this century so far, and I mean, it's not hard to see why. They've never really put out a particularly amazing album, as although they've been a constantly solid band, their lack of creative ambition has really held them back from tapping into their true potential as a group. As for the moment, there's nothing in White Reaper's discography that really stands out as an essential record for current modern day rock music, and an album like Asking for a Ride, it doesn't help their case. Asking for a Ride is heavily structured around power pop in nature, and that seems reasonably promising at first, as White Reaper have been a solid, straightforward band musically, if nothing else, throughout the entirety of their career, but unfortunately, the entire record just feels too polished for its own good, as it sucks all of the life out of the band and the music they perform. There's a sort of pristine casing over Asking for a Ride as a record that relegates any potentially distinct songs to everyday, average, middle-of-the-road, radio-ready alternative rock, and while that doesn't make for the worst thing in the world, it certainly doesn't make for anything particularly interesting either. That isn't to say that this record is performed poorly either. There is something to be said about the musical effectiveness of White Reaper as a band. It just so happens that said musical effectiveness does nothing but contribute towards an ultimately dull record, and honestly, there are some weaker moments here that are genuinely bad. So overall, White Reaper have seemed to have potential for over a decade now at this point, and constantly it feels like they could put out something great, but with albums like Asking for a Ride being their new material over a decade into their career, it really does make one wonder how much hope there really is left for this band creatively or musically. They just don't seem to be progressing at all, and although some bands can definitely pull that off, see AC/DC, White Reaper just don't have the longevity to do that. Their style of music feels pretty bland after just a few songs, and an entire album of it really does not make for anything worth taking note of. I'm going to give this record 2.5 stars out of 5. With that being said, I've been Zane from the Infinite Jukebox. That is the end of this quick review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.